So like many of you, I remember distinctly 18 years ago when I was in my office one morning and somebody came running down the hallway screaming and hollering that a plane had crashed into the Twin Tower building. And my thoughts were, well, one of those small single-engine planes got caught up in the draft that happens between the buildings in New York. And this is not the first time. On a number of other occasions, little planes have crashed into the Twin Towers or to another building, Empire State Building. Well, a little bit later, a bunch of people were running down the hallway. And so I got up and I followed them, and we had this big cafeteria area and had a TV. And sure enough, on the TV, there's, as you remember, all this smoke pouring out of what seemed to be 2 or 3 floors in the building. And it stunned me like it did all of us to watch that happen. And I've always thought or wondered, I wonder what those people were thinking. What was going through their minds? What was going through their lives 1 second before that plane hit? What was going on in their lives? It was just like the time at Noah, when the people, it says, were eating and drinking and marrying and being married. They're going through their normal lives. They're doing everything that they normally do, just as we do every day. And then suddenly, it was over that day. They died. Or as we're told at the end of time, when Jesus comes back, we're going to be going about doing what we normally do. We're going to be eating and drinking and marrying and being married, and all of a sudden, it's the end of time. And it's all over. Now, some of us die early. Some of us die late in our lives. I had a good friend back 20 years ago in his early 30s who got up one morning to go take a shower, and he had a massive heart attack and died in the shower. He had a wife and 2 children. Sometimes we go early. Sometimes we go late. All of us have relatives who live to be old age, like me. And so what I think our Lord is telling us today is, are we prepared for that happening? Are we prepared to be taken up if Lord came back today? Are we prepared to go to heaven if we are to die today? Where are our hearts? What are we thinking about? How are we living? Are we going about the way most of our people in our society go about, which is living day to day, and God is not in their lives? Or do we walk every day in the path of God? Do we think about God? Do we talk about God? Or is He in our hearts as we get up in the morning and we go throughout the day? That is what we need to be thinking about every day. This is it. What is going through our minds? Where are we with our Lord?